Prasad.
Those who like to take part in the puja, please sit by the Lord. Very beautiful day to do this.
नित्यमुट्टाङ्करेशिनि ईश्वरीकं सर्वभूतानाम् ॐ शुभं भवतु कल्याणी आयुरारोग्यसम्पदां शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिनमोऽस्तुते दीपमङ्गलमहाप्रज्वालितं समर्पयामि नमः दीपप्रतिष्ठापनं समर्पयामि नमः पुष्पविशेषं समर्पयामि नमः पुष्पाक्षदानि गृहीत्वा
Excuse me.
दधिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये कुम्भो प्राणानाय बोधभुवस्वराभुगं ममो भक्त समस्त दुरितक्षेद्वारा श्री परमेश्वर याज्ञा प्रेतत्तं विशेषदाः अस्मिन्नाळे अनुष्ठीयमान शुक्ल एकादशी पुण्यदिनांक साजन्दनीये अनुष्ठीयमान एदानि महागीता अध्याय महागमन आराधनाख्य आरंभकाल समये मूल्यकर्तॄणाञ्च भारद्वाज गोत्रोद्भवं कृतिका नक्षत्रे ऋषभरासु जातस्य बोधेन्द्रनाथ सन्मानं विशेषिताः गौतम गोत्रोद्भवम् उत्तराषाढा नक्षत्रे मकररासु जातस्य अष्टजमानस्य नामधेयस्य नामधेयस्य विशेषिताः नाम्याः विशेषिताः येभिः विष्णुमन्दिर समूहस्थानां सर्वे भक्ति महाजनानां क्षेमारोग्य भाग्यदासिद्ध्यर्थे अनुष्ठीयमाने गीता जयंती महोत्सवाख्ये महा आराधनांग विशेषुक्ते आरंभाद अवसानांत पर्यन्तं महागणपत्यादि कुंभाराधन पूर्वके पुस्तकदेवी महा आराधने गीतादेवी महागमन आराधने विशेष संकीर्तन पारायणे बृहत् भोजन दानेनेक महामंगल अद्य करिष्यामः ओम गणानान्त्वा गणपतिं नमामहे ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदानं तन्नमोदिभिश्चेद्गादनं ओम श्री महागणपतये नमः आवागिजानि नमः आसनादिं समर्पयामि नमः वस्त्रं समर्पयामि नमः अर्घ्यं समर्पयामि नमः आचमनीयं समर्पयामि नमः दानं समर्पयामि नमः पञ्चामृतानि समर्पयामि नमः गणपतये नमः सुदोदकस्नानं समर्पयामि नमः ओम गणपतये नमः ओम गणपतये नमः ओम गणपतये नमः विशेषं समर्पयामि नमः विशेषं समर्पयामि नमः पुष्पेण पूजयामि नमः ओम गणनादाय नमः ओम एकदण्डाय नमः ओम हेरम्बाय नमः ओम लंबोदराय नमः ओम नारिकेलप्रियाय नमः ओम अभीष्टप्रदाय नमः ओम श्रीविनायक स्वामिने नमो नमः ओम धूपं ओम जलां अग्नि सर्वदेवानां धूपो जम्बुरेश्वरं दिवङ्गलधूपमाभ्याभजामि नमः ओम दीपं महादीपं ज्ञानदीपं तदेश्वरे प्रत्यक्षदीपमेवोक्तं दीपमङ्गलमुच्यते दीपमङ्गलज्ञानदीपं दर्शयामि नमः प्रसादमहाविशेषम् अमृतोद्भवे अमृतवर्षिणि अमृतं द्रावये स्वाहा नमो नमः अमृतोद्भवे नमो नमः ओम मंगलप्रद महागणपतये नमः तम ओम प्राणाय स्वाहा ओम अपानाय स्वाहा ओम ज्ञानाय स्वाहा ओम उदानाय स्वाहा ओम समानाय स्वाहा ओम ब्रह्मणे मंगलप्रद महागणपतये नमः अमृतमये नमः नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि नमः स्वस्ति दक्षिणा विधेयं निरोक्त दक्षिणा विधेयादिव्य समर्पयामि नमः ओम मङ्गलप्रदमहागणपतये नमः कोटिनीराजनं कुर्यात् ॐ गङ्गणेशाय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात् मङ्गलकरमहागणपतये नमः कोटिनीराजनं दर्शयामि नमः सर्वरक्षान्दारयामि नमः समर्पयामि नमः अनया पूजया महागणपति प्रियदां नमः ओं वक्रतुंड महाकाय नमः प्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा मंगलप्रद महागणपति निर्मा इति मंगल प्रार्थनानि समर्पयामि नमः क्षेमाय पुनरागमनाय च ओं धनुर्धराय विद्महे सर्वसिद्धये च धीमहि तन्नो धरा प्रचोदयात् हिरण्यपात्रं नवोत्तूर्णं दधाति मदव्योथानीति एकदा ब्रह्मणवगरति एकदे वेदमानाजिस्तेजो ददाति ओं नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुप्रचोदयात् नारिकेरसमद्भूतत्रिनेत्रसम्मदा सुखियादुरिधं सन्ति पापं वीढाञ्जनित्यये नारिकेरं समर्पयेयुः अस्मिन् कलशे ॐ नमो भगवाय नमो नमः अवाक्यं वरुणं विधायामि अवागयामि असनादिकं नमः ओं वं वरुणा नमः ओं वं वरुणाय नमः यज्ञोपवीदं
ओं वं वरुणाय नमः
दिव्य
ओं वं
वरुणाय नमः ओं वं वरुणाय समर्पयामि नमः पुष्पेण पूजयामि नमः ओं वं वरुणाय नमः ओं प्रथेतसे नमः ओं स्वरूपिणे नमः ओं अपाम्बतये नमः ओं मकरवाकाय नमः ओं तीर्थराजाय नमः ओं पश्चिमाधिपतये नमः ओं वं वरुणाय नमः नानाविध परिमलपत्रपुष्पार्चनं समर्पयामि नमः ओं धूपं ओं मनोहरम् अग्निजस्सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं मृदेक्षरं विमङ्गलधूपमाग्रापयामि नमः ॐ साध्यं संयुक्तं मया जोजितं मया दीपं गृहादेवे सत्रैलोक्यसुमिरावकाय नमः ज्ञानहृददीपं दर्शयामि नमः दीपादिवरदेवसूर्याय नमः प्रसादमहाविशेषं ताम्बूलोक्तसहित महाप्रसादविशेषं प्राणाय स्वाहा ओं ध्यानाय स्वाहा ओं उदानाय स्वाहा ओं समानाय स्वाहा ओं ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा इति मङ्गलोक्तं समर्पयामि नमः ओं स्वस्तिविशेषं समर्पयामि नमः ओं हीराञ्जनं वरुणश्च महा गीताध्याय कुम्भस्तमूर्तये नमः मङ्गलनीराञ्जनं दर्शयामि नमः सर्वरक्षान्दारयामि नमः द्रव्यर्घ्यं समर्पयामि नमः गङ्गे जयमुने गोदावरी सरस्वती नर्मदा सिन्धु कावेरी जले सन्निधिं कुरु कुट्टोदुदागरा सर्वे सप्तद्वी भावसुन्दराः ऋग्वेदो यजुर्वेदो सामवेदो अथर्वणः अङ्गेष्टदगिधा शिव्ये कलसां मुनिसमाश्रिताः गङ्गे जयमुने जैव गोदावरी सरस्वती नर्मदा सिन्धु कावेरी जलेऽस्मिन् सन्निधिं कुरु ॐ पपापहारी धुरिचारि तरङ्गधारी शैलप्रजारी गिरिराज गुहाविदारी जङ्गारकारी हरिपादरजोपकारे गाङ्गपुनादो सददं शुभकारि मारे इति मङ्गलगीताध्याय कुम्भस्थमूर्तये नमः सप्तनदीतीर्थ आवागनं समर्पयामि नमः ॐ कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने नन्दगोपगृहे जाता यशोदा गर्भसम्भवाय नमः राधाम्बासनाथ श्रीकृष्णपरमात्मने नमो नमः बिम्बस्थमूर्तये नमः आवागयामि नमः आवागनं समर्पयामि नमः आसनादिकं समर्पयामि नमः समर्पयामि नमः अर्घ्यं समर्पयामि नमः आचमनीयं समर्पयामि नमः ज्ञानं समर्पयामि नमः इदानीं महामङ्गलोक्त पञ्चामृताङ्गं समर्पयामि नमः ॐ सहस्रशीर्षा पुरुषः सहस्राष्टसहस्रपादे सभूमिं विस्तुतो भृत्वा कुलं पुरुषजीवेदकं धर्मः यद्भूतं यश्च भव्यम्.
Those who are coming for darshan, you can come up. We are doing Ekadashi Puja, but those who are here for darshan only, please come to
Vedavānaddhamagimām adhojjāyāgistapūruṣah bodhosya visvābhūtāni tribhādasyaamrudanti me tribhādhurdhagudhet puruṣah.
We are doing Abhishek to Lord Krishna. Those who like to come and do that, you may do so.
Tado visvam jikramade sadhanānasane abhi tasmāt virātajājata विराजो अधिपूरुषः सजातोऽत्यरिष्यदा पश्चाद्भूमिमतो पुरः यत्पुरुषेण अभिषा देवा यज्ञमदन्वदा वसन्ता अस्यासीदाज्यं ग्रीष्मजित्नः शरद्यभिः सप्तास्यादन्वरिदयः त्रिसप्तसमिदकृताः देवा यज्ञं दन्वानाः अबद्धं पुरुषं वसा त्वं यज्ञं बर्हिषि प्रौच्छन्ने पुरुषं जातमकृतः तेन देवाय जन्दा स्वाध्यादिरजस्तये तस्मादिज्ञाः सर्वगुदः ऋजः सामानि जज्ञिरे छन्दागुं जज्ञिरे तस्माद् यजुस्तस्मादजायता तस्मादस्वा अजायन्त एकेजो भयाददः गावो गजज्ञिरे तस्माज्जाता अजापयः यत्पुरुषं यददुः कथिताव्यकल्पयन् मुखं किमस्य कौ भागो कापूरूपादागुच्चेदे ब्राह्मणो सुमुखमासीत् भागूराजन्यकृतः ऊरूदस्य यद्वैद्यः पद्व्याकुं सूत्र अजायत चन्द्रमा मनसो जातः चक्षुर्राजदा मुखादिन्द्रश्चाग्निश्च प्राणाद्वाजुरजायता नाभ्या आसीदन्तरिक्षं शेष्णोद्यौ समवर्तदा पद्भ्यां वोमिद्धिसहस्रोत्राद् तथा लोकागं न कल्पयन् वेदागमेदं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमधस्तु पारे सर्वाणि रूपाणि विचित्य धीरः नामानि कृत्वाभिवदन्यदास्ते घाता पुरस्ताद्यमुदा जगार चक्रप्रविद्वान् प्रतिधश्च दस्रः त्वमेवं विद्वान् अमृतजुगपवदे नान्यपञ्चायनाय विद्यते यज्ञेन यज्ञमयजन्त देवाः तानि जन्मानि प्रथमान्यासन्ने ते गणाकं महिमानस्तजन्ते यत्र पूर्वे साध्याः सन्ति देवाः ॐ नमो नारायणाय अभ्यः सम्बोध पृथिव्यैरसाश्च विश्वकर्मणः समवर्तदादे तस्य त्वष्टा विदधद्रूपमेदे तत्पुरुषस्य विश्वमाजानमग्रे वेदागमेदं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमघः परस्तात् त्वमेवं विद्वानमृतयुगपवदे नान्यपन्था विद्यते जनाय प्रजापतिश्चरति गर्भे अन्धः अजायमानो बहुधा विजायते तद्जनेना परिजानन्ति योनिं मरीचीनां पदमिच्छन्ति वेदतः यो देवेभ्यो आरभते यो देवानां पुरोहितः पूर्वो यो देवेभ्यो जातः नमो रुजाय ब्राह्मजे रुजं ब्राह्मं जनयन्तः देवा अग्रे तदब्रुवन् यस्त्वैवं ब्राह्मणो विद्यात् तस्य देवा अधन्वते ह्रीश्चते लक्ष्मीश्च पत्न्यो होरात्रे पार्वे नक्षत्राणि रूपा अश्विनो व्याक्ता इष्टं मनिजाना अमुं मनिजाना सर्वं मनिजाना जगत्तदेरिदं देवं विश्वं भव विश्वं नारायणं परमं पद विष्णुरं परमान्वितं विश्वं नारायणं हरिं विश्वमेवेदं पुरुषस्तद्विश्वमुपजीवते हरिं विश्वस्यात्मेश्वरकं शाश्वतकं शिवमच्युता नारायणं महाज्ञेयं विश्वात्मानं परायणं नारायणपरो ज्योतिरात्मा नारायणपरः नारायणपरं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं नारायणपरः नारायणपरो ज्ञाता ध्यानं नारायणपरः यद्यजगत्सर्वं दृश्यते श्रूयते अन्तर्बहिस्तत्सर्वं व्याप्य नारायणस्थितः अनन्तमव्ययं कविगं समुद्रेन्दं विश्वसम्भव पद्मघोषप्रदेघातं कृतजिञ्जाप्युतोमुखा अधो नित्याविदस्यान्तेनाभ्यामुपरि तिष्ठति ज्वालमालाकुलं भाति विश्वस्यायतनं मगधे सन्दरकं तिलाभिस्तुलम्बत्यागो दधन्निभ तस्यान्ते सुशिरकं दोक्तं तस्मिन् सर्वं प्रतिष्ठिता तस्य मध्ये महानग्निर्विश्वाग्निर्विश्वतोमुखः शोक्रभुक्विभयन्तिष्ठन्नाकारमजरकविः त्र्यगोर्धमदस्साजीरस्मयत्तस्य सन्तता सुन्धापयति स्वन्देकमावादमस्तकः तस्य मध्ये वह्निशिखा नियोर्ध्वा विवस्थितः नीलतोजितमध्यस्थादिद्युल्लेखे उपास्वरा नीपारतोकवत्सन्नि पीताभा सुत्यनोपमा तस्या आशिकाया मध्ये परमा आत्मा विवस्थितः सब्रह्म सदिवः सगरिश्रेन्द्र सोऽक्षरपरमस्वरान् हृदगं सत्यं परं ब्रह्म पुरुषं कृष्णपिङ्गलम् ऊर्ध्वरेतं विरूपाक्षं विश्वरूपाय वै नमो नमः ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे
नारायणाय विद्महे
वासुदेवाय धीमहि
वासुदेवाय धीमहि
तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात्
तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात्
ॐ
ॐ
ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे
ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे
वासुदेवाय धीमहि
वासुदेवाय धीमहि
तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात्
तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात्
We give bhog now to the Lord. Aao bhog.
लगाओ प्यारी मोहन भोग लगाओ प्यारी मोहन मिलनी की बैर
सुदामा के तंदुल मिलने के बैर सुदामा के तंदुल रुचि रुचि भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन
भोग लगाओ प्यारी मोहन
आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन दुर्योधन का मेवा त्याग्यो
दुर्योधन का मेवा त्याग्यो
त्याग विदुर खायो प्यारे मोहन
साग विदुरे घर खाओ प्यारी मोहन
बोलो आओ भोग लगाओ प्यारे मोहन
आवो भोग लगाओ
While the puja is being completed, I just would like to explain to you all what Ekadasi means. For those of us, we hear about Ekadasi. I did explain this quite a few times, but I think today is an appropriate time to explain this. Ekadasi means 11. Ekadash Rudram means 11 Rudram. Ekadasi. Thus 10, Ek, and 1 and 10, 11. So the Ekadasi Puja is done so that we can have control over our 5 senses, our 5, what we call Gyanendriya, and 5 Karmendriya. Our 5 senses and our 5 organs of action. Our 5 senses. You can carry on and finish after puja slowly. Oh, so we are going to do Havan after this, but I just want to explain the importance of Ekadasi. And the reason why the rishis have put this is very phenomenal to know how they thought about this human machinery. They put out Ekadasi, that is a day of fasting, a day of prayer, because they feel that we eat too much. Even in those days, they know you should rest the body once or twice a month. Ekadasi occurs twice per month, 11th and 11th. 11th day in the bright half of the month, and the 11th day in the dark half of the month. And if you follow the Hindu calendar very well, you will see that Ekadasi come twice, Purnima come once. If you're Shiv Bhakt, Pradosh comes twice, but we do it usually in the dark half of the month. So that's once a month. And if you do not keep fast like the whole 24 hours, what you should do is try to see whether you can skip one meal, but if it's good, you can skip 2 meals. Because what that does for you, it rests the body, it increases your immunity, it allows your body to use ketones instead of using sugar for energy. And ketones is very good for you, because what ketones does for you, ketone go and help the brain, the synapses between the nerves and the brain, it helps that. And also it repairs some of the brain cells. So I did tell you there's a big word called brain derivative neurotropic factor, BDNF. For those, I know you all would not do that, I don't waste my time. But if you want to look it up, you will look it up, BDNF, and you will see the benefit of BDNF. And that BDNF, by doing this, it makes our old saints and sages who used to live 100 years, minimum they used to live. They hardly ever suffer from Alzheimer's or memory loss or whatsoever, because of the intermittent fasting and these days that are used. So 5 senses, which is your 5 senses, which of course is sight, smell, and etc. And then the 5 organs of action, which is your mouth, your hands, your feet, etc., etc. Ekadashi means this, control over this machinery. This machinery that we have gotten is so complex and so intricate that man cannot replicate this or duplicate it. Let us say, for example, you all know about dialysis, that you get, if a patient is kidneys pack up, you can put them on dialysis. But even the dialysis does not, the 4 hours of dialysis do not clean the body totally like what your good kidneys will do for you. So if we can use Ekadasi to say to the Lord, thank you, Lord, for all that you have done for me. Thank you for allowing me to see the light of day. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's most important. So Ekadasi is good in these, which occurs twice per month, as I said. And then on Ekadasi, we do Balaji Puja. I know Balaji, for some of us who are from the West Indies, is a new thing for you all. But this is the Balaji that, I don't know how much you know, that is a place called Tirupati in India, where millions of people will go. And I myself went there one New Year's Day, and I was not allowed to go up on the hill, because the hill had too many people. You had to wait 3 days before you can get to go up on the hill, because Balaji is located on a hill. And the Balaji is here with us, and this Balaji was given to us by Tirupati Devasthanam. And, you might feel it's not the same Balaji as Tirupati, but we feel it's like that. You can come, take part in the puja. The next big Balaji puja will be the 2nd of January. 2nd of January is a holiday, it's a Monday, and it is what is called Vaikuntha Ekadashi. And it's very, very beautiful Ekadashi. We are going to start here at 9:30 in the morning on that Monday. If you like to come, those who are there, and just sit down and watch the Abhishek. After the Abhishek, we do Vishnu Sahasranam, which takes half an hour. We'll have it loud so everyone can follow. I'm going to ask somebody to print out some sheets for us in English so that you all can follow the Vishnu Sahasranam. These are some of the things. Why we do these things? We do these things to help us to get purity of mind and purity of thoughts. Well, mind and thoughts is the same thing. But because of what we have done in the past, what we have done before, our thoughts get muddled up and we don't have that purity anymore. So these are some of the things you can do. The puja, the Vishnu Sahasranam, the Balaji Abhishek, all these things are some of the things that you can do. So please mark on your calendar if you are interested. You don't have to come to this temple only. Whichever temple has a Balaji and is doing the puja of Balaji, Balaji is a very, very, very powerful murti. Very powerful. All the murtis are powerful, but Balaji has its own aura about it, if I may say so. Durga Ma here has her own aura. Lord Shiva has his own aura. Lord Vishnu here has his own aura. But Balaji, when you go there, he's all by himself, seated quite high up. We struggle to get Balaji in that area. First, we start with a small place. And then, because of his grace, we were allowed to extend and expand, and we put him up in such a beautiful place. And because of Balaji, and we are bringing, as a matter of fact, is already done, a 7-foot Narasimha Bhagwan with Mother Lakshmi will be going in that temple over there. And hopefully, when the shipment comes, maybe in May, June, that murti will be up. So now, we are going to do some Havan outside. Why you do Havan? When you do Havan, you say Swaha. Is that right? Yes. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Swaha. Swaha means, you think I should explain all these things, Prakash? Because I don't think you all remember. I waste my time. Maybe I wouldn't bother explaining because I know that you all don't remember and you all would not. I have explained this already in this temple. I'm sure no one knows what Swaha means. Swaha means I'm giving part of myself to you. I'm giving part of myself to you. Lord, I'm paying my taxes to you. Like how you got to pay, how you have to pay taxes. Well, if you depends on how much you cheat, but if you don't cheat too much, you got to pay proper income taxes. So if you have to pay your taxes, this Havan is for you to pay taxes to the Lord for allowing Him to shine the sun for us, for allowing to put the moon for us, for allowing Him to give us the beautiful air to breathe, although we are mucking it up now. And you don't have to look very far to see how the air is going to be mucked up further when you see what is going on in Hawaii. And the Hawaii, where the big island, business is usually very slow at this time. Now you can't get a hotel room in Hawaii. Everyone want to go and see the spectacular flow of the lava rising up into the air. That's why the earth is annoyed with us, because we are not taking care of the environment. One way of taking care of the environment is to give your part, pay your taxes. So you pay for your rain, you pay for the, because we don't pay for the rain, we don't pay for the air, we pay for water now. Later on you will see you have to pay for air. For clean air, you'll see it will be bottled, and they'll give it to you. You want some clean air? Here, there's a bottle of clean air. You'll see that will come later on. So now, we are going to go outside, and we are going to do Havan. Now, all of us can go outside. We are going outside, by the way. We are going in the Havan area. I would have liked to go outside, but I don't think you all would like to go outside now because it's a little warm, not that warm. So we will go inside the Havan area, and as we do the Havan, then as people come back, you can come and do. We are going to do 4 or 5 chapters, and then we'll come back and do some of Krishna Stuti, some shlokas, and we will close here by 7:30. That's the program. And after 7:30, the Pandit Bhoj and Tej, they've made lots of nice food for us to eat. We'll take part of that. Is that okay with everybody? So we'll have some tunes while we go to the Havan outside.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudevaya Hari Vasudevaya. Vasudevaya Hari Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudevaya Hari Gurudev, she sing.
Hanji.
Yeah, she sing.
Come.
Who's China?
Check. Keshava Madhava Jai Deva Madhusudhana Keshava Madhava Jai Deva Madhusudhana Keshava Madhava Jai Deva Madhusudhana Keshava Madhava मनोहर नेत्र कमलधर अतीव मनोहर अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर माया मानुष विष लीलाधर माया मानुष विष लीलाधर माया मानुष विष लीलाधर माया मानुष विष लीलाधर केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना 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 जय देवा मधुसूदना जय देवा मधुसूदना
Okay.
भजन बिना चैन नाये राम भजन बिना चैन नाये राम जाने कब हो जाए कोई न जाने कब हो जाए जीवन के शाम
try that with the vocal.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Hari Sharanam Mama, Shri Hari Sharanam Mama, Shri Hari Sharanam Mama, Shri Hari Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam
Jayanti, you want to sing something?
Sound is all off.
Come. Yeah, come up. Jayanti. Jayanti.
Okay, this is all yours.
Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda, Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, Vishnu Swami Saka Hamari, Vishnu Swami Saka Hamari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda, Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda, Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, Govind Jai Jai, Gopal Jai Jai, Govind Jai Jai, Gopal Jai Jai, Radha Ramani Hari Govind Jai Jai, Shri Krishna Govind, Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govind, Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Govind, Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva,
Shri Krishna Govinda, Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva,
Vishnu Swami Saka Hamari,
Vasa Swami
Hamari,
He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda, Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. राधा रमणा राधा रमणा राधा रमणा गोपी मन जीवना राधा रमणा अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम् कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं तुम मीरा की जैसे भुलाते नहीं तुम मीरा की जैसे भुलाते नहीं अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्
अच्युतं केशवं रामनारायणं
कृष्ण दामोदरं वासुदेवं हरे
अच्युतं
केशवं रामनारायणं रामनारायणं वासुदेवं हरे अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम् कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं तुम मीरा की जैसे भुलाते नहीं तुम मीरा की जैसे भुलाते नहीं अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम् रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम् रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्
नारायणं
जानकी वल्लभम् रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्
श्री राधे गोविंदा गोपाला तेरा
प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा
गोपाला
तेरा प्यारा नाम है
प्यारा नाम है तेरा प्यारा नाम है
प्यारा नाम है तेरा प्यारा नाम है
श्री राधे गोविंदा गोपाला तेरा प्यारा नाम है
श्री राधे गोविंदा गोपाला तेरा प्यारा नाम है
कोई कहे बस देवकी नंदन भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
वासुदेवाय हरि वासुदेवाय
वासुदेवाय हरि वासुदेवाय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविन्द जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविन्द जय जय गोपाल जय जय
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय
राधा रमण हरि गोविन्द जय जय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
वासुदेवाय हरि वासुदेवाय
वासुदेवाय हरि वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ नमो भगवते 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 वासुदेवाय
वासुदेवाय हरि वासुदेवाय
वासुदेवाय वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate We pray to Bhagavan Krishna on this beautiful day of Ekadashi. I'm going to read about 2 or 3 shlokas from Gita, and then we are going to do Arti. After which, we are going to
Suraj. Here.
Today's Yagya is sponsored by Pandit Bhoj and Tej. So they are doing this Vyas Puja for the Jivatma of Sursati, who my god sister, who passed away last year. So we ask for Bhagwan to bless her Jivatma wherever she is, for these little shlokas that we are doing, and also for the Havan that we did for today. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vanshi Vibhushitakaran Navaniradabhat Pitambarad Arunabimbapalam Darushtat Purnendu Sundaramukad Arabindanetat Krishnat Param Kimapi Tattvamaham na janem Krishnat Vadiyadapadapang Kajapanjarante Advaiva me Vishatumanasaраjahansa Prana prayana samaye Kapavata pittaye Kantavaro dhanavidho Smaranam kutaste. This shloka, Krishna Tvadi Yadapadapanga Panjarante, is Rukmini is saying to Lord Krishna, bless me that when my life is about to go away from my body, your name must be upon my lips. I must not think about anything else. And this is one of the most important shloka that we do for Katha. And today's Gita, we ask Krishna Bhagwan to grant us the same thing. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Radhe Govinda.
Hare Krishna Hare Ram Radhe Govinda
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Radhe Govinda.
Hare Krishna Hare Ram Radhe Govinda
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Radhe Govinda. Krishna Hare Ram Radhe Govinda
Hare Krishna Hare Ram Radhe Govinda
Hare Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Hare Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Hare Krishna Hare Ram Radhe
Radhe Govinda
Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Radhe Govinda
Bolo Hare Krishna Hare Ram Radhe Govinda
Hare Krishna Hare Ram Radhe Govinda
Vaktatunda Mahakaya Suryakote Samaprabha Nirvigram Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada
Hare Krishna Hare Ram Radhe Govinda Hare Krishna Hare Ram Radhe Govinda
Satchidananda Rupaya
Sattarupaya
Vishvotpatyadi Hetave
Vishwotpatyadi Hetave
Tapadaya Vinashaya
Tapatraya Vinashaya
Sri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha
Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha
Hare Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Govinda Hare Krishna Hare Ram Radhe Govinda
Hare Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Hare Krishna Hare Ram Radhe Govinda
Hare Krishna Hare Ram Radhe Govinda
Padarabinde Napadarabindam Mukharabinde Viniveshayantam Vatasya Patrasya Puteshayanam Balam Mukundam Manasa Swarame
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
Hare Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
Jivve Pivasva Pritameta Deva Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare
Achyutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam Krishna Damodaram Shri Vasudevam Hare.
अच्युतं केशवं श्रीरामनारायणं कृष्णदामोदरं श्रीवासुदेवं
Achyutam Keshavam Shri
दामोदरं श्रीवासुदेवं हरे
Sridharam Madhavam Gopika Vallabham Sridharam
माधवं श्रीगोपिकावल्लभं
Janaki Nayakam Sri Ramachandram
ओ जानकी नायकं श्रीरामचन्द्रं
Keshavam Sri Ramanarayan Krishna Damodaram Shri Vasudevam Hare.
अच्युतं केशवं श्रीरामनारायणं कृष्णदामोदरं
Bhagavad Gita is a special text. And in this text, during the Industrial Revolution, this text came to England. And when this text came to England, it was read by a Lord Macaulay. And when he read this text, he thought he could not have believed that such teaching existed. And then he wrote to Ralph Waldo Emerson, who was in America at that time, who was a real great philosopher himself. And he told him about this text. And he told him that in this text, such great things were written. Do you know that, I'll go back to Emerson, that in chapter 2, if you go into a museum, you will see where this verse which was written on the atomic bomb. It was done, somebody's on call. Anyhow, this atomic bomb, which was designed in Germany, it was written on there that when this, in Bhagavad Gita, shloka is written on that bomb, that when this explodes, it will be like 1,000 suns. Can you imagine these German people who at that time were thinking about the destruction of the world, yet they went to Bhagavad Gita because what Gita is telling us that this body that we have is just a carrier. It's just a carrier of the jiva which is within us. But why we do not know that this body is only a carrier is because our parents, our fathers and mothers and our brothers and sisters gave us so much of love and taught us all about this, how this world is a beautiful world, and you must be attached to this world and attached to the lights of this world, that we do not realize that this body is only a carrier for the soul. But when we were in our mother's womb, as I have told you 100 times now, or 1,000,000 times, that the soul in the mother's womb is praying to God that, you know what, let me out from this bondage of filth and urine which is bathing me every day. I don't want to come back into this world. I want to go, when I go out, I must only sing your praises. But what happens when we go out? When we go out, our mother holds us, kiss us, play with us, dular kare and so forth, and we what? We forget this. Because it is written, Dasama Saraho Jabagar Mai Tabahi Prabhu Se Tumako Lakia Jababa Haraho Prabhu Bhajana Karo. My father wrote this. My father, you asked Pandit Lalman, my father wrote this, it was called Savaya. When he was reading these things, he wrote this on his book. So you see, when you belong to the tradition of a Pandit family, although I am a doctor, believe me, and grew up in that, because I grew up in that tradition, that is still that kind of blood still run through my veins. It's different when you are born in it than when you acquire it. And so this text was then sent to Ralph Waldo Emerson, and he read this text. And I'm going to read a few shlokas. I don't want to go too long. A few shlokas that why this Gita was so important to them. This Gita is made a study of now in places like Harvard and Stanford. All these great universities are studying Bhagavad Gita. People are doing PhDs in aspects of Bhagavad Gita. And which text does Bhagavad Gita appear in? In the gallery there. Shanti, what text Bhagavad Gita appeared in? Mahabharata. It appears in Mahabharata, in the middle of the Mahabharata. It's like a pendant in the Mahabharata, and a beautiful diamonds there. That is where Bhagavad Gita emerged. And so we go to chapter 2. It two shlokas from what is known as, what it is called, Sthita Pragya. Sthita Pragya is I know that you all would not follow this, but I'm still going to tell you. Sthita Pragya is 18 verses, which comes at the end of chapter 2. It is Bhagwan, Arjuna is asking Bhagwan Krishna, how does a person who knows God or who realizes God, how does he act in this world? How does he sit? How does he stand? How does he eat? How does he go about in this world which is filled with all this magic and this light? How does he face this kind of world? And so if you go to chapter 2, verse 69. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam
Ya nishas bhutanam
tasyang jagarti sanyame
tasyam jagarti sanyami
yasyang jagrati bhutani
yasyam jagarti bhutani
sa nisha pashyato mune.
sa nisha pashyato mune.
What is night for all the beings is a time, at night we go to party and we go to disco and we take part in all these things. That time, during the night, yogis are awake. And yogis are awake then because when they are awake at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's the time you're coming home from your disco. And then they are awake and they are thinking about what they should do for the good of this world. Whereas we who are involved in the lights and the attractions of this world, we don't think anything about that. We don't think how to improve ourselves. Neither do we think how to improve the lives of fellow man. So this is a very beautiful shloka. It says, what is night for all the beings is time of awakening for those who are self-controlled. Self-controlled. And to be self-controlled, you have to have power over the mind. Because it is the mind that prevents you from controlling your senses. The mind takes you so many different places, and that prevents you from controlling yourself. And when this mind, how this mind is made strong? This mind is made strong either by meditation, and the mind is made strong by purification of the mind, when the mind has no hate, when the mind has no greed, when the mind has no anger. All these things purify the mind, and then we become like a yogi, and we, instead of discoing and partying all night, we think of Bhagwan when we go to sleep and first thing in the morning. Next shloka is a very beautiful shloka. Apuyamanam achala pratishtham Apuyamanam
Achala
प्रतिष्ठम्
Samudra apa pravishanti yadvat
समुद्रमापाः प्रवशन्ति यद्वत्
Tadvatakamayam Tadvatakamayam pravishanti sarve
प्रविशन्ति सर्वे
Sashantimapnoti nakamakame
सशान्तिवाप्नोति न कामकामे
Sri Krishna
कृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव
Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath
नारायण वासुदेवा
It says a person whose mind is like the ocean. All the rivers empty into the ocean. Is that true? All the rivers empty into the ocean. All the rains come, the rivulets, streams, rivers, canals, they all empty into the ocean. Yet the ocean is hardly ever overfilled. Except in a few circumstances, the ocean can get upset and destroy a few things. Otherwise, the ocean is always calm. It's always serene. Thus, a man is compared that all sorts of desires come into his heart. Also, listen, you must not feel that a saint don't have, that lust, desires does not come to saint. Of course it comes. All these desires come to them. But although the desires come from all sides, they can control the desires, and although they flow into them, they can know where to park those desires and keep the mind pure. You tell me, which scripture teach you, besides the Upanishad and the Gita, teaches this type of philosophy? I'm not saying that our God is the greatest. Please don't take me erroneously. I am saying the philosophy that Hindus have, no other religions have this type of philosophy. And all those philosophy and all those religions which are branches of Hinduism, like Sikhism, Jainism, Buddhism, they all follow the same path of detachment. So this what Bhagavan Krishna has been teaching in Gita is held on to us by so many different religions and different places. And when people of philosophy sit down to discuss, more than any other text that is discussed, besides Upanishad, is Bhagavad Gita. Because what Bhagavad Gita is a representative of the Vedas and also of the Upanishads. Swami Vivekananda, he said, the Upanishads are great, but when it comes to the Gita teaches us the most important things of life. And this is apuyamanam acharapatishtam. All the desires come into us, but we must know how to sift them. And when you can sift them properly, then you can attain the highest state in life. And whatever you want to accomplish in life, it's accomplished. Let me see if I read another shloka. Vihaya kamanaya sarva apumans charati nispriha nirmamo nirahankara sashante marigacchate. Vihaya kaman, vihaya, giving up. Kaman, material desires for sense gratification. Sarvan is that we all, Puman, a person, charity lives nishpriha. This is a Sanskrit word which I would like you to remember. Nishpriha means desireless. Now, though I'm not going to be a fool to say that we all must be desireless, but what must we be desireless for? This is important. Desireless to harm, they are desireless to hate, desireless to be greedy, they are desireless to show one-upmanship. We must try to get away from this. And if we do this, then we could live a life of purity. I'll do two more shlokas, chapter 18, verse 64 and 65, I think it is. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare
He Nath Narayan Vasudeva.
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayan.
Vasudeva.
Verse 64, chapter 18. Sarva Guitamam Bhuya Shiru me Paramam Vacha Ishtosmi me Dridamite Tavo Bhakshamite Hitam. Hitam means benefit. It says, Sarva Guhitamam Bhuya. This, Arjun, this philosophy is the utmost secret of how man's life should be lived. Why am I teaching you, saying to you all this time that this is a secret and it's difficult for you to learn it, difficult for you to attain it? I'm saying it over and over to you, Arjun, because something that is easy, because like for example, you can say that 2 and 2 equal 4, those are easy things. But when you come to subtle things to tell you about desire, subtle things to tell you about how your senses must go, these are very subtle. And you have to be taught over and over. And why? Why am I telling you this? Sarva Guitamam Bhuyat Shinu. Shinu means just hear me. Paramam, the supreme. Vacha, instruction. Why am I telling you this? It says, Ishta Asi. Ishta Asi. Why am I telling you this? Because you are very dear to me. I would not have told you this, but because you are very dear to me, I'm explaining to you the ways in how we should live, what we should do in this world to get to be better. And there's no better way to get to the world than to what? To sing the praises of the Lord. Nanda ke dulare, मैं दास हूँ तुम्हारे, भक्त न के काज आपको ते रूप धरे जो। नंद के दुलारे रामा नंद के दुलारे, मैं दास हूँ तुम्हारे, भक्त न के काज आपको ते रूप धरे जो। दुलारे रामा मैं दास हूँ तुम्हारे, भक्त के काज आपको ते रूप धरे जो। नंद के दुलारे मैं दास हूँ तुम्हारे, भक्त के काज आपको ते रूप धरे जो। धरे lasataya manda Manahasata Mukhara Brinda Lasataya Manahasata Mukhara Brinda Koe Kate Pit Tara Ura Bada Mala Hai Koi Kate Pit Tara Ura Bada Mala Hai Lasataya Mandarama Lasataya Mandahasata Mukhara Brinda Lasataya Mandahasata Mukhara Brinda Soe Pate Piyara Ura Badamala Soe Pate Piyara Ura Badamala Are Bae Hath Basuri और दाई में लकुटिया. Those who understand Hindi can follow this. In left hand he has his बांसुरी, बाएं हाथ बांसुरी और दाई में लकुटिया. पायन में घुंघरू अरे उड़ा बेला चल है. पायन में घुंघरू अरे उड़ा बेला चल है. Lasataya Mandarama Lasataya Mandahasata Mukhara Brinda Lasataya Mandahasata Mukhara Brinda Soe Pate Piyara Ura Badamala Hai Soe Pate Piyara Ura Badamala Hai. And so Bhagavan Krishna is in his beautiful form. He has come from time to time for the sake of his devotees, and he's telling us that this beautiful secret which is within us. Last shloka I'm going to read. Sarva dharman parityajya. What verse is it? Parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja.
शरणं व्रज
Aham sarva papebhyo
हम त्वा सर्व पापेभ्यो
मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचा.
मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचा.
And there's a verse that tells you that leave everything, come to me, surrender to me. And when you surrender to me, I will make sure that what? Tere sharana Prabhu Tere sharan.
तेरी शरण प्रभु तेरी शरण
तेरी शरण में आया हूँ माँ.
तेरी शरण में आया हूँ
माँ.
तेरी शरण मैया तेरी शरण तेरी शरण मैया तेरी
And
शरण.
when you listen to the Gita, and you listen all over, then Arjuna is telling the Lord, Arjuna what? Nashto moha smritir labda, Nashto moha smritir labda, Yat prasadana achyutam, Tat prasadam mayachyutam, Stitosmi gata sandeha, Stitosmi gata sandeha. All my doubts about life, about living, is now all gone. Karishye bacharau tvayam. I will now do whatever you tell me to do, because you are my guru, you are my master, you are everything. I have taken away all my doubts. So this brings us to the beautiful part of the Bhagavad Gita, where we did, since 5:30, we did puja to the Lord. And that page tell me that Lord Krishna, is Krishna Radha, you have them?
No, two Krishnas.
Two Krishnas. If anyone wants them, you can contact her and she'll tell you. They are beautiful Krishnas. If you like them, if you want them, talk to her. Right? Okay. And I'm going to hand over the proceedings of the Pandit Bhoj. Today, as you know, we are doing this Gita Jayanti, of course, has been sponsored by Pandit Bhoj in the memory of his sister, who was also my god sister, Sur. And she's always been here. And then when she comes here, she's never lazy, always working. She had a tough life, and we are those who don't know, and we hope that where she is now, she can get some peace. This is what we are hoping for, and this is what this prayer meeting is for about. But the board, would you like to say something?
प्रेम से बोलो कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय. Vyasji, my dear Guruji, I thank you very much for conducting this prayer for us. It is a very special day, Gita Jayanti, and I thought that my sister always loved Lord Krishna. And we did the little Shrad at home, and today I said it's an appropriate day to give prayers and thanks to God, asking God for her Satgati. Also at her home in Grove, her son has done Gita Path today, so we are doing as much as we could, asking God for her to have a very peaceful and a new life. Unfortunately, I'm the only one left from the whole clan, but I know I have the support of many people, my cousins, my god sister, god brother, my adopted, everyone. And I'm not feeling alone, but I know that God will guide me, being the only survival member of my father's children. And I have my chacha here, Pandit Lalman, my chachi, and some of my cousins and friends. Prakash is here all the way from Kitchener. And I'm happy that you are here to join with me, with our Mandir family. And please go down and have bhojan. And tomorrow is a big, busy day in the temple again. We have prasad, we have my Chacha Dwarka sponsoring, and then evening there's another program. So I thank you very much, Babaji, for this beautiful katha that you have given to us. I'm sure that wherever the Jivatma of my sister is, she fondly, we used to make fun of her because when we were growing up, all of us in our home used to say Sadhu Chacha, because you know people call him Baba Sadhu. And that time we were not Christian, but he was my father's god brother, so she was the only one who continuously will say Sadhu Chacha. And these are fond memories, and we enjoy them too. Thank you very much, Baba. I'll ask my Chacha to say just a short prayer, and then we will conclude with Aarti.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Namah. Before I go further, I have enjoyed the service. My godbrother have done a wonderful job, and he always does a wonderful job. But tonight, remembering my niece, Sursati, was a very wonderful person. And whatever has been done here through her loving brother for the soul. And tonight we have listened to the Gita. Krishna said to Arjuna in the 9th chapter of the Gita that Aham hi sarvayajnana, I am the enjoyer and the Lord of all sacrifice. Whatever way you approach me, so I accept you. He speak to Arjuna about Shrad and for this departed person. And he said, who knows where the soul is? No one knows, even when we do Pitri Shrad. But he knows where the soul is. And whatever we do for any departed soul goes to Bhagavan Krishna, and he forwarded that blessing to the Atma. I do hope and pray that her soul will be in the heavenly region, or if she return back in a better home and a better body. Om Anadhanidhano Deva शङ्खचक्रगदाधरा अक्षयपुण्डरीकाक्ष प्रेतमोक्षप्रदुर्भवा हरि ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। बोल कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय।
I will ask Prakash to say a few words. Prakash is, as always, he has never spoken in this temple as such, but he's always emceed our program. He's all the way from Kitchener, and he's an ardent follower of Pandit Avinash. He used to be Pandit Bhoj before, but now he has thrown Pandit Bhoj away for Avinash, because he's a big Avinash, which is nice to see, because Avinash is a young Pandit and we must all encourage him. And Prakash, Prakash has been doing a great job in exposing Avinash, which is very good.
Jai Sitaram and Namaskar. Dr. Dubey, thank you for the kind words. Pandit Avinash is making his own tracks and he needs to be complimented. And he must give reverence to yourself and Chachaboj for encouraging him. He looks forward to your inspiration and Chachaboj's inspiration. I have nothing to do with that, but thanks to you and Chachaboj. Chachaboj, as I was listening to you talk about being the only survivor, if you look around, there's Vishnu Mandir family, Radha Krishna Mandir family, the extended family, the Radha Krishna Mandir family from Guyana, Diamond Mandir.
You all talk about Radha Krishna, take Avinash now, so don't worry about Krishna. Let's stay with the Vishnu temple. Carry on.
No, I'm just saying he's got extended family all over. We're not taking anywhere. But Chachaboj, you have everybody, and Chacha Lalman is here. So as we reflect on Pua's legacy and her life, I will never forget her Black Dal Bara. That was a special one, and so many memories. And I'm glad that we are doing this sort of a prayer service for her, and we can reflect on all the good things that she's done in the past. And her soul for sure will attain that moksha. Once again, everybody, Jai Sitaram and Namaskar. Before I hand the microphone back, we just want to congratulate Dr. Dubey again on the opening of the Parika Dialysis Center. I'm sure you've seen that online, on the news. And the center there, if you look at the pictures, it's just as good as construction as it was at Annandale and Berbice. The standard and quality is to the level that Dr. Dubey and the dialysis fraternity there, approves. So it's a high standard, and Dr. Dubey, again, congratulations on the good work you're doing. Jai Sitaram and Namaskar.
Thank you, Prakash. As you know, Parika is open, but we are going to open another center in Diamond. For those who know Diamond, because Diamond is a very, very, very populous area now. There's so many people in Diamond. If you travel on that road, those who have been on that road, when you to reach Diamond Cutoff is half an hour. And to pass there is half an hour because there are so many people. And why we are going to do it in Diamond is not because we are going to make any more money. We are going to lose money, but we are going to help people who are coming all the way from Linden. Although Linden have their own dialysis center, people don't want to go there, they want to come to our center. So we're going to make it in Linden so people can come down, make it in Diamond, so people can come to Diamond and hopefully help them somewhere. It is all your money that we use to go there. All of you here have contributed to the dialysis center in Guyana. And you know, if we were not doing dialysis, a lot of people would have died already because they could not afford to get dialysis anywhere else. If they come to us and they don't have money, we still dialyze them. We never let anyone leave the dialysis center without being dialyzed. Because if you are not dialyzed, you can die. It is that important because the potassium can kill you, the overload of the water can kill you. So all of you who have contributed to the center, you must all feel that you have done human service for Guyana as we continue to go blood on and on. We have opened a clinic here, a medical clinic. I saw 7 patients today. They didn't come to see me. I made them come to see me. So we're still open tonight. If anybody wants to go register, I can book you all in. So I think it's very important because people are not seeing doctors. And instead of you all calling me and asking me for advice, you come downstairs, register, then I'll talk to you. Arti.
Om Jai Bhagavad Gita. Om Maya Jai Bhagavad Gita. Hari Kamal Vihari. Hari Kamal
Supunite.
Om Jai Bhagavad Gita. Sukarma Prakashini Kama Sakti Hara. Om Maya Kama Sakti Hara. Tattva Gyan Vikashini. Tattva Gyan Vikashini. Hari Brahma Vishnu. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita. Nishchal Bhakti Vidayini. Nirmal Malhari. Om Maya Nirmal Malhari. Sharan Rahasya Pradayini. Sarva Vidhi Sukhari. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita. Rag Dvesha Vidarini. Karini. Bhava Bhaya Harini Tarini. Paramananda Prada. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita. Asura Bhava Vinashini. Nashini Tamarajani. Om Maya Nashini Tamarajani. Devi Sadgunadayini. Devi Sadgunadayini. Hari Rasika Sajani. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita. समता त्याग सिखावनी. हरि मुख की बानी. ओ मैया हरि मुख की बानी. सकल शास्त्र की स्वामिनी. सकल शास्त्र की स्वामिनी. श्रुतियों की रानी. ओम जय भगवत गीते. दया सुधा बरसावनी. मातु कृपा कीजे. ओ मातु कृपा कीजे. हरि पद प्रेम दान कर अपना कर लीजे. ओम जय भगवत गीते. ओम जय भगवत गीते. ओम जय भगवत गीते.
ॐ शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ द्यौः शान्ति गुरुर् शान्तिरन्तरिक्ष शान्ति देव शान्ति वनस्पतय शान्ति विश्वदेव शान्ति
ब्रह्मा शान्ति शान्ति देवा शान्ति सामा शान्ति गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु
गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः
प्रेम से बोलो कंधया लाल की जय.
जय.
What do you think about the beautiful clothes of Lord Krishna? Yeah. This is sponsored by devotees from Guyana, Aditi and Roop. Tomorrow it's Gita Jayanti, so we put the clothes on tonight. Tomorrow they will be having for their father a memorial here. So we'll put on beautiful malas on their behalf tomorrow too. Thank you.
Please take our tea, prasad, and Thibaut just serve in our banquet. Thank you.
No, nothing Mexican. I didn't know you bring your own drummer unit. See how he's man. You only got Charlie bring me an uphill.